My name is Olalekan Williams. I'm the Chief Executive Officer for QSL Gas Power Limited. I lead the company's strategy formulation and the company's strategic execution, with our focus being expanding natural gas utilization and deepening its penetration to our chosen markets within Nigeria and in the African region at large. QSL Gas Power Limited is a company that is engaged in the natural gas value chain. Our focus is to accelerate natural gas development and channel it towards energy security as well as industrialization. Over the last 2 years, we focused on building a very resilient downstream portfolio that has enabled us achieve a gas distribution capacity exceeding over 70 million standard cubic feet of gas per day, and through which we supply gas for different industrial activities, for power generation, and lately we are also expanding into other gas utilization projects that can see us deepening gas supplies beyond Nigerian shore into other African regions. Also, we are focused extensively on accelerating gas development in the midstream. We work very closely with several gas producers to see how we can help optimize their gas portfolios, in a way that will help us create sustainable, competitive, and low-cost gas supply to our growing portfolio, downstream portfolio. So as a company, we started our operations within the South Side region in Nigeria, specifically the Edo, Odo, and Delta gas distribution zones. But we are expanding very rapidly into new markets. We are looking at also interesting gas utilization projects that will expand the range for which natural gas can be used, with focus on gas-based industrialization as well as new LNG supplies into new markets. So first of all, let me start by saying that we think very clearly that this is the time for Africa to be put on the map in terms of concerted, clear efforts at helping to bridge our energy gap and industrializing Africa. Be that as it may, we see that today, in reality, there's a wide dichotomy when it comes to economic prosperity in Africa compared to other developed nations in the world. And unfortunately, that has been for the reason that our resource base essentially has been used to add value to other developed nations, while we have not yet optimized effectively our huge resource base in Nigeria or in Africa to creating economic prosperity. So the reality today is that given where we are and given the level of development that needs to happen in Africa, there are two critical areas that we need to get resilient energy sources in Africa. The first one is on energy security. Today, we have one of the lowest energy per capita in the world. For example, my country, Nigeria, barely achieves about 135 naira per kilowatt hour in terms of energy per capita, compared to other regions in the world that have their energy per capita in the multiples of thousands. And so we need to find sources of fuel that can be resilient, that can help us achieve rapid expansion and rapid growth, especially in what we call hard to abate sectors, like steel manufacturing, chemicals, and other sectors that will require huge utilization of natural gas. Let me first of all start by saying that the reality today is that the development requirement in Africa is quite different from those in other parts of the world. And the reason is because today, over the last few years, up to a century, our natural resource in Africa has essentially been used to develop other nations without us creating the necessary value add to translating those natural resources to energy security for us in Africa, as well as industrialization in Africa to achieve economic prosperity. So today, what that then means is that for us to achieve the much needed development that we need in Africa, we will need to use energy sources that can help us rapidly bridge the energy gap, grow new power project applications to add new power capacity for improved energy security, as well as develop new industries that can help us create a manufacturing powerhouse in Africa. So to answer the question, I would say that the first area that is important in Africa in terms of energy source will be natural gas. For obvious reasons. The first one being that natural gas is a much lower emitter of carbon compared to the other conventional fossil fuels like crude oil, like coal. And also the fact that beyond just serving energy security alone, natural gas has a wide range of applications and that makes it fit for expanding industrialization within the nation. For example, its importance in fertilizers, its importance in petrochemicals, and of course, the fact that natural gas can also support the development of other renewable energies, such as green hydrogen. So I think that natural gas is extremely important in helping to bridge our development gaps within the shortest possible time. The second one, of course, is that just consistent with the decarbonization drive that is currently underway in the world, international climes, obviously Africa will need to incorporate cleaner energy sources within its energy mix in a way that will ensure that we can also be major players towards that energy transition to a net zero carbon world. And so I would say that some key renewable energy sources that will play a very critical role in Africa in 2021, of course, will include solar, given the fact that the technology continues to be efficient, or the research and development in solar is driving the technology towards energy efficiency. And the second one will also be hydrogen, because it is a fuel that can easily run side by side with gas in terms of the similar applications that both fuel can use. The energy transition will require that natural gas will continue to play a key role, but to make it much cleaner, I see the introduction of carbon capture and storage technologies within the ambit of our energy mix. And the advantages are very obvious. It will help to limit the amount of pollution that we have on fossil fuel projects, while also creating new products that can be marketed and have value. For example, oxygen and the likes of it. And so Africa, this is a time for Africa in terms of expanding our energy sources. I think the energy transition is a good driver to enable us having a robust energy mix, just to make sure that we can bridge our developmental gap. QSL Gas and Power is an indigenous energy company that operates within the natural gas value chain. Today, and over the last 2 years, we focused our energy on developing a very resilient and strong downstream portfolio that supplies over 70 million standard cubic feet of gas per day to various industries, which provide fuel for over 300 megawatts of power generation. We continue to expand this downstream portfolio into new markets. We have created a very interesting industrial park within the Edo State that would expand our industrial development to over 200 million standard cubic feet of gas per day within the next 4 years. More importantly, we are also looking upwards the chain to collaborating effectively with several gas producers to increasing the range and availability of natural gas within the chain. Our focus is to see how we can channel more gas from the upstream into power generation and providing inclusive energy security for all, as well as industrializing the country within the shortest possible time. In this respect, we are building new projects, new gas installation projects, for example, LNG projects. And we're also looking at other key gas-based industrialization, such as driving gas for methanol, for fertilizer production to improve food security, as well as other potential applications and ranges of use for natural gas. And so we believe that within the next 5 to 10 years, we will be the preferred energy supplier for several industrial concerns, as well as incorporating new energy options in our energy mix to provide more cleaner, more efficient energy for our chosen markets. It's really going to be very exciting being at the African Energy Week for obvious reasons. The opportunity to bring together professionals, energy professionals, experts, entrepreneurs from diverse backgrounds and different professional fields to sit down and chart a path forward on achieving energy security in Africa. And I say this because, for obvious reasons, Africa needs to develop as quick as possible. We've spent the last century more or less being a resource base to support development in other nations. And so the opportunity to come and then talk about what sort of options that we can add, that we can bring, what sort of collaboration, what sort of opportunities that we can explore to building a resilient energy ecosystem in Africa with a twin purpose. The first one, energy security, and then secondly, rapid and accelerated industrialization. And so we'll be using the opportunity in the African Energy Week to sit down and discuss with other professionals and of course other governments of different African countries to see their development imperatives and see how we can potentially make investments and explore opportunities together as one continent.